What's up, everybody? Bill Brown here from Turf Republic, and today I'm super excited to be talking to Trevor Burlingame from Chautauqua Golf Club in Chautauqua, New York. And there's a reason why I'm talking with Trevor today. He is a follower of iTurf apps, and he was at GIS this year. Good friends of Bob Porter and Jason Van Buskirk as well from iTurf apps, but Trevor reached out to me the other day and shot me some really neat photos of a digital job board that he has kind of implemented at his club. And that's what we're here to talk to Trevor about today. So, Trevor, you want to say hello to everybody? Kind of welcome everyone.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us today, or viewing after the fact, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Hope
and
everybody's handling all the nasty weather going on out there.
yeah, Trevor's been having some weather up his direction. Last night in Kennett Square here, we got pounded. It just seems like the summer weather is starting to rear its ugly face again. We were 55, and almost 90 yesterday. Brought some storms through, so pretty
Uh,
nasty. And Trevor is joining us during his day today at the golf course, so we thank him very much for joining us via Google Hangout. So Trevor, you started your digital job board. What made you turn to a digital job board?
well, a couple years ago, well, last year, I gave an interview before. I wanted to put up a picture frame a digital picture frame in the shop, just kind of a morale booster. Have different pictures on it for the crew to see the projects they've been working on, before and after pictures. Various pictures of the employees from the crew. Just stuff that the guys are going to kind of like to see. Um, and along with the pictures, like, don't do this things, like guys screwing up, and take a picture of it and all that. But it's fun. Everybody gets a big kick out of it. Um, and then as I started listening, to been playing around with Google Drive, from Jason and his talks out in GIS, and from Twitter, everybody talking about that. I started getting some ideas, and then on Twitter I saw uh, TPC Sawgrass had a picture of their job boards up. I thought, hey, that's a pretty neat idea. So I started looking around, and I thought, geez, why not integrate the Google Drive and the what Sawgrass has got going on there. So I started looking for a decent sized TV that would accept a VGA monitor, and just kind of took off from there.
Very cool. And what was did you bring this to your club at first, or you just kind of
Um,
did it yourself?
I I brought it to my club a as a picture frame. My boss was really on board with it. Thought it was a great idea to have something, because I had a small picture frame that the guys could look at, but it was just one of those little tiny digital things that you can't really see very well. And I wanted a larger monitor. Um, and geez, they make some larger ones, but for the same price, I can get a TV that was twice the size. Um, so my boss was great about it. He thought, hey, that's a great idea. Go ahead and get it. Once. So that was about the same point where I started, looking into hooking a computer up to it.
Very cool. So what were exactly you looking to accomplish with your digital job board? You mentioned some photos at first, morale booster. I think that's fantastic. But what did you? Was there a conversation you had with yourself one day? Light bulb went off and said, "Man, this is what I'd like to do, and here's what it's going to do for me."
I think the biggest advantage is that I can change jobs from any place out on the course. I mean, how many times our superintendent are we out on the course and think to ourselves, oh, geez, I forgot we need to take care of this. And, timing, I've got 36 holes, 400 acres. It's not always easy for me to get back to the shop and try to catch somebody or hunt somebody down on the golf course. This way I can just change the job from any place on the golf course, as long as I've got my guys to check in when they're done with their first job. Um, and I don't have to waste my time chasing everybody around.
Yeah, very good. So you mentioned in terms of guys changing jobs. How do you use it? You have a Apple TV. You have a computer hooked up to it, and how do you change jobs on the fly if you're out on the golf course?
I've got a computer hooked up to it. Our organization is a Chautauqua institution, which owns us, and we're large. We've got our own technical department, so we've got desktop computers that just get kind of hand me downs. So I grabbed one from them, and a keyboard and mouse and all that stuff. And I hook up there, and so I can get onto the internet through that. And I use it from my iPhone. I can, with the Google Drive, I can change from the Google Documents. I can change right through that.
Very cool. So, you set this up first to show some pictures to your employees, do's, do nots, which I think is fantastic. That's how I used to use my iPad. We also had a TV in the shop that we did similar things. But what was the reaction to your employees once you decided to start using it for jobs?
Well, it's still relatively new. I've only got a couple guys that have started. The snow just melted last week, so I just started a couple guys, and really the only time yesterday was the first day that it really started coming into play for us. I had enough guys and changing duties in the middle of the day and everything. So far they seem to be on with it pretty good. It seems to be a good reaction. Hopefully it continues through the rest of the crew when they come on board.
All right, Trevor, so what do you think some of the challenges are going to be with the job board, and what were some of the challenges you had getting the job board set up?
I think the biggest challenge is going to be getting my employees trained to look at it on a regular basis. In the past, they'd either just shoot me a text or pretend to hunt me down for a while. And I think just getting them trained to go in there and looking at that, especially some of my older guys that aren't as computer, they like to run away from those when they see them. And I think that'll probably be the toughest part. And then, as from growing on that, and you had asked me about the Google Forms, and I think probably the next hardest thing will be myself learning how to do it, just learning the various technology and keeping up with it and taking best advantage of it.
Very cool. And I've had some conversations with mostly assistants over the last 4 or 5 months. Assistant down in Virginia, they're looking to integrate a true digital job board. They're about $6,000 or $8,000, and I know there's a course up in Minnesota. The MGCSA did a visit to the course. Bob Porter had shot me some photos. But they're $6,000 or $8,000 purchases, capital purchases. They do a lot more than a television with a Google Doc or a Google Form. But I think it's important to remember that not all of us can afford a Porsche. We need to start somewhere, and that's something we've always touted, or I've always touted, that technology doesn't need to cost a lot. The technology out there is fantastic. That's right at our fingertips, right on, like you had mentioned, right on your smartphone, on your iPhone. You can update these jobs. So I guess with that being said, what did this cost you, just for everybody?
Boy, not a whole lot. Like I said, the computer was just a simple desktop, which I didn't pay for because it was just sitting down in our tech department, not being used. I paid maybe $30-$40 in various cables to get it hooked up. The TV itself was a $360 Sam's Club Sanyo special.
Wow.
It was really, I've probably got about $400 into this is all.
Wow, fantastic. I know the digital job board I had before moving on here to Turf Republic, we had an Apple TV set up to it, which was nice. We could wirelessly connect our iPads, our iPhones, a computer. We had a desktop computer for training, so it was nice. We could pull up some YouTube videos of some training we had done on a golf course. So for people listening out there, that's always an option too. So, Trevor, I guess the last thing, just to kind of wrap things up, what advice would you give people maybe looking to go this route?
Just do it. Like I said, it's not that expensive. If you can find, even if you didn't have the desktop, you can find the desktops for less than $300. Just something that connects to the internet, has a keyboard. TVs are getting so cheap now that I think it's well worth the investment. It just keeps things efficiently running, and it says it'll be well worth it. My guys right now are out there checking on the scores of the Masters on the thing right now.
Very cool. I know that excited to watch that this afternoon. But Trevor, thanks for taking your time. Everyone, again, we've got Trevor Burlingame from Chautauqua Golf Club in Chautauqua, New York. Trevor, thanks for joining us today. Look forward to talking to you soon.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Have a good day.
All right. We'll see you.
All right.